Good morning and welcome to day 13 of my 14-day reset. So I am headed to work. I am going to bring the Red Berry Crunchy O's cereal to work with half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. And then you'll see what I have for my second fueling. And then hopefully I'll be home for lunch. I know Court is pretty busy today, but I should be able to make it back. So my finger is a little bit better. I think the bee sting is finally settling down. All right, I'm headed out and I'll see you when I get back.
I'm kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history. Yeah. But the way you've been crossing the line, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright. Never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with you. Kinda used to these battlegrounds where you flee, you don't stick around, no. But the way you've been giving me time, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine.
So I made it home for lunch and you saw what I made, the cheesy hamburger mac. And how I did that was I made the cheesy buttermilk mac and cheese according to package directions. However, I added a little bit more water than the half cup because when I made it according to package directions last time and just used half a cup of water, it clearly needed a little bit more. I used my 3/4 inch measuring cup and then just did about to there, like a little slightly less. Anyways, I made that according to package directions. And then I had 2.5 ounces of cooked 93% lean ground beef packaged and stored in my freezer. So I just heated that up in the microwave. And when the mac and cheese was ready, I mixed it together and it was delicious. So that's how I make my cheesy hamburger mac and cheese. So now I am headed back to work. You'll see what I have for my fourth fueling, and then I'll be home to make my lean and green. And I am planning on making spaghetti squash carbonara. And Mike is coming over. I'm gonna make him spaghetti carbonara. So you will see exactly how I do that. So I'm gonna head out and I'll see you when I get home.
Been crossing the line, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine.
All right, well, I am home from work and I'm ready to make my lean and green. And I am gonna make spaghetti squash carbonara. Now Mike is coming over later and I'm gonna basically do the same recipe but put his over spaghetti noodles. But I'm gonna make my own first. And I'm using a recipe from Sandy's Kitchen, of course, and the recipe makes 2 servings. But because I'm making Mike's a little later, I'm gonna cut this recipe in half and just make 1 serving of the spaghetti squash carbonara. So what it requires is 1 egg, 1/16 teaspoon of onion powder, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, a 1/16 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese, and 2 slices of turkey bacon that you cut into small pieces and fry on the stove. A 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic, an 1/8 cup of chicken broth, and 1.5 cups of spaghetti squash cooked. That would be your 3 greens. and a pinch of red pepper flakes. And it also calls for fresh parsley to garnish, which I do not have. So basically, the first thing I'm gonna do is cut up and clean my spaghetti squash. Now, I have had a lot of success cutting this up into portions and then just using the portion that I'm using for that particular recipe. The other portions, I clean out the seeds and I store them in Ziploc bags in the refrigerator, and they usually last a couple weeks. So I am going to cut these into, with this spaghetti squash, I'm thinking I'm gonna cut it into 3 different portions. And how I prepare it is in the microwave. I put it in a, basically my pie dish, and put a little bit of water in the bottom. And then I place my spaghetti squash in the pie dish. I poke some holes in it, although I'm not really sure that you need them. And then I usually microwave them for about 10 to 12 minutes. So that is what I'm gonna do with this spaghetti squash, and hope that I can measure out 1.5 cups. And then for the carbonara portion, you whisk the egg and the spices and the Parmesan cheese in a bowl and you set it aside. You cook the bacon in a skillet until it's almost crisp, and then you add the minced garlic and the chicken broth, and then you saute that until the chicken broth is almost gone, and then you stir in your 1.5 cups of cooked spaghetti squash, and you heat that up, and then when it's good and hot, you throw in the egg mixture, and it cooks on the noodles, and it doesn't take long at all. And you stir it so that it clings to the noodles like a sauce, not like scrambled eggs. And that's how you do it. Now, when you're making actual spaghetti carbonara, you do the same thing. You cook your spaghetti noodles, and then when you take them out of the boiling water and in a bowl, you add the egg mixture, and it actually just cooks from the heat of the noodles. You don't even have to put it in another pan. So actually, it's a really easy recipe to make. So I'm gonna turn the camera down. I'm gonna cut up my spaghetti squash and prepare my egg mixture and let you see how I make this recipe.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, yeah, I can carry all that you've got. 2 heavy hearts is not a lot. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light.
So I just finished eating my lean and green, and it was really good. I highly recommend it. But what I forgot to tell you last time was how you count it. So that lean and green, prepared according to Sandy's recipe, is 1/2 lean, 3 greens, and 2.5 condiments. So as you saw at my lunch, I had 2.5 ounces of cooked 93% lean ground beef. So that was half of a lean. So I split it. So I had half of my lean at lunch, and then I had half of my lean for dinner. And then, of course, I had half of a condiment this morning with the unsweetened almond milk in my cereal. So I have completed my lean and green. And now I am going to clean this kitchen up. Gosh, cooking makes such a mess sometimes. But Mike is over, and we are finishing up the series 1883, and it's getting really good. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna make Mike for dessert this time. I think I'm going to make the peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. That's where you combine the brownie mix with the chocolate chip cookie mix, and you make it into cookie dough, and then you top it with some drizzled PB2. I made it, I don't know, about a month or so ago, but I will link that recipe down below as well. So I will be doing that at some point in the future, and then we can have a chat with Mike and see how he likes it.
So your tears been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on thinking you could save yourself, but that's love, that's just love. You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned. I just hope that you will learn. That's just love, that's just love. You will get back up again.
All right, Mike, isn't this exciting? We've got a storm coming. Watching our show on TV, it's just getting good.
Yep, it's getting scary outside.
And these are chocolate chip cookies, but you can also see some white chips in there because those are Greek yogurt
just
chips.
For me.
Not just for you. They're for me too. So we each get 3.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So why don't you try one and let me know what you think.
Soft. And warm. And tasty. They're good.
Now the recipe called for making like a peanut butter frosting thing, but I didn't do that.
No need.
No need?
Mm-mm.
You think it's good?
Yeah, good.
Listen to this weather outside. It's something else. We've had storms all day. It's a little scary, actually.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get a lot worse.
Yeah. All right. So I am going to... Boy, you ate those fast.
Well,
I'm just on my first one. Okay, you get one more. That's it.
I understand. I knew I was getting 3. You're just gonna take a while to eat them.
Ugh.
You keep talking.
Can't take him anywhere. All right. Well, I am going to finish my cookies. You can't have any more.
Mm-hmm.
And enjoy the storm. We'll probably have to leave the sunroom and take shelter. But I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day 14 of my 14-day reset. So if you can hear this in the background, that is a bunch of fans blowing in my basement. So you saw the major storm we had last night, and my basement flooded. Got about, I would say, 5 to 6 inches of water all throughout, and my poor workout room, and my poor finished part of my basement. Fortunately, it has flooded before, and when that happened, we redid the basement, and instead of carpet, we put in a waterproof laminate floor. So I just need to get my handyman friend over here to lift up some of the boards so we can stick the fan underneath it. I've got one of those industrial fans that looks sort of like a snail, and you can stick that under the floor and dry it out under there. But anyways, it's a huge mess. So I had to take off of work today, and I am getting ready to head out to Walmart to buy some supplies. I want to get a mop vac, and I also just want to get a regular mop and a bucket. So I'm gonna head to Walmart, and on my way, I'm going to have the drizzled chocolate fudge crisp bar for my first fueling of the day. So I'm gonna head out, and hopefully I'll find everything I need, and then I'll be back for my second fueling.
Running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on thinking you could save yourself. But that's love, that's just love. You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned. I just hope that you will learn. That's just love, that's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on, deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love. Every time you feel the walls are closing in, and it seems like nothing makes it better, you should try to remember that's just how it is when it comes to love, comes to love. 'Cause you know sometimes it hurts, and you end up getting burned. But sometimes it can be beautiful. That's just love, that's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like
Okay, so it's been a long day of cleaning up my basement. You saw what I had for my second, third, and fourth fuelings. I had the rich dark chocolate shake, and then I had the sour cream and chive mashed potatoes, and then finally I had the chocolate mint cookie crisp bar. So I haven't really had a whole lot of energy today to do any fueling hacks. And as far as my lean and green goes, I am finally going to have one of the flavors of home that I keep talking about. And this one is the ginger lemongrass chicken and long grain rice. And these flavors of home really are great for a day like today when I am just expending all my energy on a project and I don't want to have to make a lean and green. These are a complete lean and green, and you just heat them in the microwave for 90 seconds and then they're ready. So that is what I'm gonna do. I will check back later for my last fueling. Well, it is time for my last fueling, but I am not having it right now. This 14-day reset, I just seem to have had one bad luck thing after another. But I just found out that my aunt died today. If you watched my 30-day reset, I went to visit her in hospice, and we had a really good conversation, so I was glad. Actually, my daughter went with me. I was glad that we were able to go see her, but it's basically the last of my family. So I'm kind of dealing with that. She was my mom's sister, and as I've said before, my mom and I were best friends, and I lost her in 2009, and I miss her every day. So add this on to the stress of having my basement flooded. I'm glad that these 14 days are over, and I'm gonna be heading to Hawaii with my family in a week or so. So things are looking up. And then when I get back from vacation, I really want to get focused on incorporating exercise into my routine and really getting back on track. So, with that being said, if you like this video, please like it below and subscribe to my channel and tick that notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. And I still am going to be posting videos. I will be doing some unboxings and some lean and green recipes and some fueling hacks. So there is more to come. So I'm going to sign off, say goodnight, and I will see you next time.